Now it's displaying textures. And the reason it's not displaying them very well is because we haven't laid out our UVs, which I'm not really going to cover in this tutorial, but this really shows you the importance of laying those out because we have stretching. Really briefly though, I'll just say you can, a lot of times you have to unwrap them and things, but sometimes you can just get them to display better. Like if you do planar mapping, it actually sets up a plane and you can see it's projecting from the top and you can affect that. So this is really too complex to just use that. You can do automatic mapping, it kind of sets it for you. You probably want to lay them out, or depending on the shape, like spherical, cylindrical. I'm just going to do automatic right now. Looks alright. Go back into object mode. Click on this. Anyways, so we click that and we go to fractal. Well, where did my blend go? I'm done affecting my fractal. And affect the frequency. Done affecting my fractal, and now I don't know where my blend shader is. Well, of course you can go to material attributes and go to the start, but these buttons will let you go kind of what's called upstream or downstream. So now we're back to our material, and now we're back to the very initial shader where you can apply displacement. So you can use that to kind of navigate. Let's say I applied another texture for the amplitude, then I could go down there, and you can place your texture using this where it lies. So yeah, now we're back to our blend, and let's say for transparency I could use a grid, and that won't display until we render, but you'll see it's going to be transparent in a grid shape like that. Now bump makes it look really bumpy and kind of the light is affected. It's actually just kind of applying a texture. It's not actually affecting your geometry. Displacement will actually add shapes to make it match that, whereas bump mapping, you'll be able to see it doesn't really bump where the lines are. The lines are still kind of flat, which is one limit of bump mapping. Anyway, let's apply, why don't we do a fractal? And bump depth 1 is probably going to be fairly high. This is another time where you want to just go upstream and get back to that. Now if we try rendering this just with our default light set, pretty cool, huh? And we can see, I think mental ray, something like this won't be as apparent, but it'll look slightly better. You can see mental ray looks better than Maya. Just it's a higher quality program, even or rendering software. So anyways, yeah, we can see transparency is so much affected. We can see our bump. You see there's still that flat line because the bump's not really coming out. But now we've applied this, and you know, this is displaying it in color. If we click this white thing here, it'll display the alpha, and alpha is actually useful for compositing, but like this here, it displays as black, but it's not really black, it's an absence of anything, which can be really nice. So you have your home movie footage and you apply this on here, it's only going to apply this to this area. You won't have the black that you have to key out with a Luma key or something like that. So if you've never done any compositing, that might not make sense. But anyways, the only information that you're bringing in is just this shape here. You're not bringing in, like if you didn't have the alpha channel, it would just be one big clip, and it's not separated what is important to the shot, because we don't want to bring in all this black. So that's what the alpha is useful for. Anyways, I think that's good for now for kind of getting you started, hopefully helping you modeling. It's a whole nother thing of animation, once that's a whole nother realm, and you can rig your characters to help them move around, because so aren't you can kind of animate them moving around vertices, but when characters have thousands of vertices, it take forever to kind of move them around yourself, and they don't always really move the way you want them to. So there's rigging and skinning and animation. But if there's anything you really want to know, shoot me an email or just post a message on my wall at my account, and I'll hopefully be able to answer any of your questions and maybe even record you your own tutorial. Hope that helped. Thanks for watching.